YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here in the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time as our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Jet Place. Let's take a peek at who will be on the show with us here for today. It's Wednesday, and we've got Mitch with us. Dana Lane will be signing a little bit about the bottom of the hour or so. We do got to get those. Titles changed there in the back end there. We got James Clark with us, Chris Ruffolo, Ninos, and Rod Zawacky. And here's how they will line up for this evening. Here is we've got our crew with us. We've got Ruffolo, Ninos, Zawacky, Clark, Lane, Mitch, and then I will close this one out. All right, let's get this one underway. Lots of day baseball. We do have 8 games in primetime. Lots of good coverage here for you on Major League Baseball. Alone WNBA in primetime. And let's get this one going. Let's go ahead and welcome in Chris Ruffolo. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he does great work there. Morning shows every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, including the weekends. Let's bring in Chris in right now. Chris, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony?
It's going great. All right, here we go with your play tonight. We're going to be looking here at this one as we get your screen up here. We got the Royals here facing the Dbacks. The Dbacks road favorites here, minus 130, total 7.5, but you'll be looking at this one a different way.
Yeah, normally you wouldn't think it when you have the Diamondbacks and the Royals in action against each other, but we actually think what I have is the best pitching matchup on the board tonight, going down in Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium. You got Zach Gallen, who has just been on an absolute tear. The Royals have won his last 6 starts and just on an absolute warpath right now. And, against Bobby Witt Jr., Hunter Dozier, these are guys that can hit, but like I said, Gallen's just on another level right now. On the other hand, you got Brady Singer, who is quickly emerging as the staff ace of this Kansas City Royals rotation. But nobody on the Diamondbacks has faced Singer, so I think the level of anonymity for Singer and having not faced him before is going to play well to his advantages in the first inning. You have the Diamondbacks this season as well. 73% to the NRFI on the road, 79% to the NRFI. I think this is just one of those spots where you have no score through the first inning. I'm going to take the NRFI at minus 130.
All right, Chris here likes the NRFI. That is Kansas City Royals, Arizona Diamondbacks, no runs first inning here at minus 130. Yeah, hard to argue that one. When you look at Gallen's form here, he's allowed 1 earned run or fewer in 5 of 6. That means a lot of zeros up there in these innings. And Singer allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 6 of 7. So you've got a lot of zeros posted up there by both pitchers.
Yeah, 3 straight starts by scoreless starts by Gallen, like you said, Tony. It's 21 straight shutout innings. I remember watching that start that he made against the San Francisco Giants. I think it was his last time up, and these guys just could not hit anything that Gallen was putting over the plate. He's looking like a steal for the Diamondbacks. But I think Brady Singer, again, no slouch. He's already held the Yankees in check, and I think he's more than capable of holding the Diamondbacks in check. Not necessarily a potent offense for Arizona, to say the least. So I think this one's going to be a quick first inning.
Quick first inning here. We got Royals and Dbacks NRFI. That means no runs. First inning, the return minus 130. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Keeping these NFL numbers up here because, hey, look, NFL is the regular season is approaching. We're just a little bit more than 2 weeks away from it, right? That Thursday night game between Rams and Bills upcoming here, just a little more than 2 weeks. We still have a preseason action to go here this week as well, showing great profit over the past 7 days as well. Nearly 200 years of profit coming off a really big day yesterday, Chris. An 8-game card here from Major League Baseball in the prime time, as well as the WNBA playoff. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, for tonight, Tony, I still got my $15 pickoff play on the board, as well as my walk-off Wednesday 3-pack. That $15 play included in the 3-pack for $40. We had a great start to the day, fading the golden goose that is Jose Urania and getting on the board with the Texas Rangers. But still tons of options tonight, as well as those long-term packages we always talk about. You could use that promo code OG15 to get 15% off your purchase, get the best bang for your buck. And we also got those season passes up there. Just put up my college football, NFL, and the college and NFL combo pass as well. Football betting is your game this season. Something that you definitely want to take advantage of is those early season prices. So check it all out, as well as the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Pair me up with anyone else that you see on the show tonight. Again, get the most value for what you're getting. So definitely take advantage of it. Hop over to Pick Dogs Premium.
That's right, guys. Got board with Chris Ruffolo over at Pig Dogs. Premium records updating here. Chris showing 200 units of profit last 7 days. Monster day yesterday. Chris does have his Wednesday $15 premium pick. He calls it his pickoff play, so get on board there. Coming off a winner yesterday, and he calls it his best bet here from Wednesday is $15. Credit guarantee means it must turn a profit, must win, or the amount you pay for is credited back into your account for site credits. So be sure to check that out here. That's the case with all one-day passes, individual plays. There are credit guarantee. A 3-pack up there on the board from Chris. Credit guarantee at $40. Of course, as Chris was mentioning, he does have his long-term passes. You can go 3, 7, or a 30-hour sports pass. Here we are on a Tuesday. If you like to go with that, Wednesday, I should say. If you go with the 7-day pass, that will get you all of Chris's plays for 7 days. What's included there? We'll include all of his baseball here for 7 days. Also, the first week of college football is in play, right? Week 0 here on Saturday, as well as the week 3 of the preseason NFL. Remember, the NFL preseason here this year in the final week, we got games. He scattered them through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that would include all of Chris's premium plays here from the NFL preseason week 3, all his college football week 0, as well as his Major League Baseball here for 7 days. And of course, get on board with that 1 week all sports pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there, as well as the OG15 promotion. The promo code OG15 will save you 15%. All right, Chris, is always great having your show. Keep up that great work. We'll talk with you again next week. But you know you contribute a lot to the show. We've got to the Pick Dogs channel with that morning show every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and also you contribute here with the videos, the late night videos for the following day.
Yeah, to cover every game. You know, we do our best to cover. Now we're switching up the format on the morning show as well. So, you know, check out those videos. But if you want like updated lineups, sometimes we don't always get the pitching information out the night before. It's a great way to find out about the updates. You know, we had that happen with the Marlins a couple times, and like I said, it's a great way to get sort of late information the morning of.
All right, no doubt about that, Chris. All right, have yourself a great evening. Can you, if you don't mind, check the broadcast. I know you probably there was a change there on the title.
I'm on it right now.
You're on, okay, we want to make sure we're on live there on Pick Dogs. All right, and have a great week, and we'll talk with you again next week. All right, that was Chris here on the drive through. All right, guys, we'll just take a little break here. We'll keep it going. We just want to make sure we're back up and live on Pick Dogs because there was the titles had to be changed, and I want to make sure we get our audience back here. I know we do have our Sports Chat Plays audience here with us right now, but we want to make sure that we are able to get the remainder of audience, and Chris is working to get the Pick Dogs feed back up on the channel. As we said, we have a good lineup today of cappers coming up. Will be Ninos, Rod Zawacky, James Clark, Dana, Mitch, and myself. A lot of baseball. All baseball will be covered today on the show. We'll have good coverage here for 7 of the 8 games. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Of course, I know I'm speaking to our Sports Chat audience right now as we're getting the Pick Dogs channel up here in just a second with the updates. And as we wait, why don't we go ahead and bring in Ninos, and we'll make sure that we're broadcasting on Pick Dogs as we bring in Ninos. Let's see, we'll find Ninos if I'm over at Pick Dogs for him. It does great work up there. Let's bring in in right now. Al, what's happening?
Going good. How are you doing, Tony?
I'm doing all right. Still kind of waiting here for the update here if we're going to get back up here on the Pick Dogs channel because there was a change in the titles, and it kind of knocked us off the channel here. So let's make sure. You seen anything on your end, Al?
No, I don't think we're on the Pick Dogs channel.
All right, let's see. I know Chris was working to get us back on. I know we got people still on Sports Chat Place, but trying to get the signal back up here on Pick Dogs. And I know we're probably just speaking to the Sports Chat guy, so I think we'll see what Chris. Unless I have to, let me see. Do I have to sign off and sign back in again? Will that change it? I don't know if that's the case. If I can easily do that. If I got to sign off and sign back in again. Let me see if that's the case here.
Mitch on and see what he has to say about
it. I don't know if Mitch is on. No, Mitch is away. Oh, he says, do that. Sign off, sign back in. Let me bring Chris in. Let me go ahead and bring him back in again, just so I can make sure I get the right direction, because I want to make sure we're cool with everything here. So let me go ahead and bring in Chris again, so I get the direction. Okay, Chris, what should I do? Sign in and sign off again?
No, I think you're okay.
You're okay. Okay, we're back on we're back live on Pick Dogs. All right, thanks. All right, let's go ahead. They continue on here with the show. All right, so we're back here. We got the okay. We're back on the Pick Dogs channel. So let's go ahead and bring up the game here for Ninos here. We'll go ahead and get our stuff together as we bring everyone back in here. So we got Al. You'll be looking at this one tonight here at 7 Eastern time as we have the Orioles here facing the White Sox. The White Sox here minus 115 on the road. Total sits here at 8.5.
Yeah, this was probably the close plays.
Oh,
Could have been, yeah, Tony?
yeah, we got you. You were losing some of your signal. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sorry. And yeah, I definitely like this dog in this matchup here. The Orioles, as we all know by now, if you've been watching the show, are the most profitable team in the league, and I think they're catching the White Sox at the right time here. Not necessarily the best pitching matchup if you just look at the names, but if you look at what they've done this year, I think Watkins here can give his team a chance to get the job done against Giolito, who's probably the better pitcher in this matchup overall and probably has the better stuff, but just hasn't put it all together this season, and he's been getting hit pretty hard. So the Orioles, as hot as they've been, and they've actually hit him pretty well already in the past. I think they do it again tonight, and I think we're getting a lot of value still on the as I said, the most profitable team in the league. And yeah, as long as they're giving me plus money here in the matchup, I think they can win. I think we got to take a shot on the Orioles here tonight.
Hard to argue that one, right? The way the Orioles have been playing. You know, Lucas Giolito has not pitched to his form of late, as past several seasons, sitting with an ERA over 5. Watkins a little better on the ERA, doesn't get hurt by the home run, does get the ground balls. Of course, we know here, the Watkins have had pretty good success here against teams that have struggled scoring. Matter of fact, team record 5-0 with Watkins against poor scoring teams that average of 4.4 runs per game or fewer. This is the case here with the White Sox. They're not pushing across the runs in volume. And also the Orioles here, when they're kind of in this price range of plus 125 to minus 125, they won nearly 2/3 of their games.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but I mentioned catching Giolito in bad form, but the White Sox also missing a few bats in their lineup too, a few of their better bats as well. So just good timing for this matchup, and I think we're still getting a bunch of value on the Orioles here tonight.
All right, so we got El Ninos
The
here.
bullpen's been great too all season long, so looking
yeah,
to have another good outing too.
Yeah, that's right. And don't forget the form here for the White Sox bullpen, an ERA over 6 over their past 10 games. And the Orioles have lost, I should say the White Sox have lost 5 of 6, so it's been a big struggle here for that as we welcome back our Pick Dogs channel audience right now. We're back live here. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. So welcome back into the broadcast. And El Ninos here, he's just been our second guest. We had Chris and now El Ninos. And El Ninos here is on the Orioles, minus 105 here against the White Sox. And this one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Showing pretty good profit here the last 7 days. We do have 8 games in the prime time here from Major League Baseball. That one WNBA playoff game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, still no WNBA for me, but I do have 3 plays in the MLB. I had a 4th one if you're on the long-term passes. So as we say, always your best deal there. Get one of those or the 2-for-1 capper specials. But if you're looking for a daily package, I still have a 3-pack up there. And my best play of the night, I had a play go off earlier, but I still have a real solid play for tonight if you're just looking for one big bet. But again, better value is always the bigger packages. Go with a 3-pack or the long-term passes or 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Again, more with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs. Premium was cursing the St. Louis Cardinals earlier yesterday, and then boy, what a run he came on after that loss. Man, he just pounded after that. But get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Come off a really monster day yesterday. If you go back and look at his results over in pick history, it's pretty funny. As he said, he was like real upset at the Cardinals in the game 1, and then man just won every other game after that. So get on board with Al. He does have his 3-pack up there, his 3 best bets here from Major League Baseball, and of course that $45 that is credit guarantee. Of course, remember that means it must turn a profit, or the amount that you paid for is credited back into your account for more picks. So you get side credits if it just fails to show a profit. That's how credit guarantee works. You'll find that on the individual plays as well as the one-offs or the one-day passes, 3-packs. The long-term passes are not credit guarantee because they're already sold at a discount. If you prefer, you can go with the long-term passes. We're talking about that 7-day L Sports Pass right now because we're here on a Wednesday. Again, it covers all of L's plays here for 7 days in action here in Major League Baseball. He does have one preseason game in. If he has another one, that will be also part of the 7-day L Sports Pass, as well as week 0 college football, which is up there right now. We're coming into a college football week, so good time to get on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. You remember that code AUG15, AUG15 at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. Remember the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can add a second capper there as well. And if you want to even go longer term, there is a 30-day pass that include the first 3 weeks of college football, the first 2 weeks of NFL, and all of L's plays here from MLB for 30 days. But you choose it. Go up to Pick Dogs and get signed up. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You got it. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Hey, guys, if you missed any of our picks, just make sure you stay tuned. We'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Since we've got them in here, we were going to go back to our original order here. So we'll go ahead and we'll go James Clark, then Rod Zawacky, because we were going to bring in James earlier, but because he's here now, later, since he's here now, we'll go back to his original spot. So let's bring in James Clark. If I'm over at Pick Dogs, man, this man has been on an absolute tear. He is the top unit producer right now over at Pick Dogs. Over 4,000 units of profit this calendar year. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How are you tonight, buddy?
Doing great. All right, here we go, James, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we're looking at this one here as the Red Sox host the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are favorite on the road, minus 145, total 9.5.
Yeah, guys, you look at these two teams, and, the last 5 games of both these teams, they're going in 2 different directions. You look at the Blue Jays, won 4 of their last 5 games. And as you look at the Red Sox here, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. The Blue Jays have got Jose Barrios on the mound, which is have been pitching good here of late. He's won 3 of his last 5 games. And you look at the Red Sox here, he's got a young guy, Brian Bayo on the mound here, throws hard. But, I think with the lineup that the Blue Jays has got here, I like the Blue Jays to win this by 2 or more runs. So, take the run line with this. If you look at the Blue Jays, I said they won 4 of the last 5 games. Well, 4 of those wins have been by 2 or more runs. And if you look at Jose Barrios, he's won 3 of his last 5 games, and 3 of his wins that he has is by 2 or more runs. And you go look at the Red Sox here. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. 4 of their games, if they've lost, have been by 2 or more runs. So I really like his play with the Blue Jays on the run line here. You're getting plus money for it. They're playing at a ballpark, usually holds a lot of home runs, with the monster with a short wall. It's a tall wall, but it's a short fence. But I really like the Blue Jays to win by 2 or more runs here, guys.
All right, we got James Clark here on the Blue Jays here, run line, minus 1.5 runs, plus 100 here against the Red Sox. Yeah, Brian Bayo, a young guy, put up some really good numbers in the minors. Had some struggles here in the majors. He's been hit a little bit, especially this Blue Jay lineup has hit him pretty well. Although from what I can tell, James, looks like Bayo is not going to go long in this game. I think he's really listed here as the opener, and looks like Rich Hill will be the one that will be pitching most of the innings, although that is not confirmed now. We're seeing Bayo in there, but earlier reports said that Rich Hill was penciled in as possibly pitching the bulk of the innings here, but it could change here. We'll see how it rolls.
Either way, Bayo starts and Rich Hill comes in. I think it's the Blue Jays lineup that's been red hot. Like I said, it's won 4 of the last 5 games. I think they stay hot against this struggling Boston offense. The offense is the way Boston goes. If their bats is going, then they're going. They usually win games by scoring a lot of runs. But if their bats are not going, usually they get beat pretty sound, and their bats are in a slump right now, and I look for it to stay that way.
Yeah, this is something really weird here with this Red Sox team. By the way, their bullpen has been pretty poor over the last 10 games, ERA over 5. The Blue Jays bullpen has been better on the road, and right now we're seeing 1.72 bullpen ERA past 10 games here for the Blue Jays. But one thing with Boston, it's been so tough against the division. They're losing over 2/3 of the games against the division, 16-33 against the AL East.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, Boston's been struggling. They a couple months back, or maybe a month back, I know they had a big winning streak they went on, and shot them up close to the Yankees, but since that, man, they fallen way down here. Like I said, Boston goes by their bats. If their bats is going, then usually you can pencil in quite a few wins for the Red Sox. But their bats, they ain't been hitting the ball, and against Barrios, it's been pitching pretty good this season. For the Blue Jays, I look for him, to keep this Red Sox lineup in the slump.
All right, James here on the Blue Jays run line -1.5 runs. Plus 100 against the Red Sox. This one here will start top of the hour, right, James? Let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where we've been on absolute fire. James Clark is the top unit producer over at Pick Dogs right now. Nearly 4,200 units of profit. That is all documented. You can verify that. Go to James's handicap page over at Pick Dogs, down to pick history. You can see all the plays there. They're graded. Wins, losses, pushes are all graded there immediately on the site. Doing great work over the last 30 days, last 7 days, yesterday. Also, we put up the college football numbers, which were great last season as we're heading to week 1 of college football. All right, James, an 8-game card here in the primetime hours for Major League Baseball. Also a WNBA playoff game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Guys, I have one play that I got going on. It's my 10-star MLB play, a play that I really love. Had a 3-pack earlier. The dome went off. If you jumped on it, we won just finished winning on first game with the Rangers. Guys, look at some of this long term that I got going up. 3-day week, 30 days, guys. Tony said I've been red hot here lately. 3 of the 5 main sports that I bet, I'm the #1 unit winner on the site. It's a basketball. Right now I'm in baseball, and then last year in college football I was #1, finished #1. Look to do it again. So look at the long term deals that we got going on. Or if you if you need that one play to build your bankroll up, hop on that 10-star play tonight. It's $35. I really like it. If I didn't think it was a play that I really liked, I wouldn't put the 10-star label on it. But I really like it, guys. Or like I say every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with any of them, and we'll put some money in your pockets, fellas.
That's right, guys. Get over with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Pim. Look at these numbers here. Nearly 4,200 units of profit for 2022. Get on board with James Clark. He does have, if you're looking for plays tonight, an individual play up there from James Clark right now from Major League Baseball. Also, the long-term way is the way to go right now with James. The way he's been running, you may even look at a 1-month all sports pass. You get all of James's plays here for 1 month, 30 days. He'll be in play here with Major League Baseball for the next 30 days. Also college football for the first 3 weeks. Get you about the first 2 weeks of the NFL regular season and the final week of the NFL preseason. So a good time to get on board with James Clark over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can use the promo code OG15 at checkout. That will take 15% off that $400 price tag. So that will take it off. That will take $60 off when you get James's 1 month all sports pass right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use the promo code OG15. You see the numbers. They've been impressive here. Look at all the sports that he's performed. It's been absolutely great work there. James, the #1 unit producer in 2022 over at Pick Dogs, looking for a really good stretch run here. We're getting into the football now, guys. So now's the time to get those long-term passes. Speaking of long-term passes, you may even consider a 1-year all sports pass as well, and you could use that promo code OG15 for James Clark right now and get on board. And that will take $210 off that 1-year all sports pass when you use that promo code there, OG15. And James has just been on fire. Look at the sports that he's winning at, guys. It's impressive when you look at it. He had a really good season last year in NBA, came a great season last year in college football. So you can feel confident here with a long-term pass here from James Clark. All right, James, as always, continue that great success. We can hope to catch with you again in the coming days.
Yeah, Tony, I appreciate you having on my show, having on the show, buddy. Try to get in as quick as I can, as soon as I get off work. I like to tune in more and try to get off a little bit earlier. But again, I appreciate you having on the show, and good luck to everybody, and let's cash some tickets.
Cash some tickets indeed. James Clark here on the drive to. Let's continue on here with the coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. We're going back to the original schedule. So next up will be Dana Lane. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does great work up there. We'll bring him in right now. Let's see. We can get him in. Looks like his signal's coming in really good. We did a test today with Dana, and we had everything working great. So it looks great now on camera. That new camera he has looks really sparkling, really good HD quality, good sound quality, everything on the up and up. So let's get to Dana Lane in right now. I think we're ready to roll here. There we go, Dana, ready to roll. Dana, what's happening?
Hey, Tony, how you doing? Yeah, I love my new camera, man. This is fantastic. So I apologize for the last couple of weeks, but we should be ready to roll now.
Oh, yeah, this picture quality is outstanding. All right, here we go. Tonight, 8 Eastern time, we have the Astros here hosting the Twins. The Astros, 240, the total of 8.
Yeah, from a side perspective, I mean, it's really hard to get in front of Houston, especially with Minnesota being in a little bit of an offensive slump. I think that's a little bit overrated because even if you go back to the Texas series, they were really one hit away from making their offensive numbers look a lot better than they ended up being. But I like to go into these series, especially when you have a big number, and allow the favorite to win a game, and then I try to dive into an underdog role. And sometimes I just take them, straight up. But most of the time, I'm looking, especially if I get a good number like I have tonight. I always am looking for the run line in this. We're going to go, the plus 1.5 with that, and now we only have to give up $1.10. Earlier, I had to give up $1.15. So I'm trying to catch that underdog because I don't believe in many cases that a good team versus another decent team is going to result in a sweep.
All right, so Dana here on the Twins run line plus 1.5 runs at minus 115 here against the Houston Astros. Of course, it looks like it'll be Dylan Bundy here on the mound here. Actually, the control has been a little better this year for Bundy, about 5% walk rate. Does get the home runs. The ground balls he gets, but the home runs about 1.30 home runs per 9 innings. But what do you expect from Bundy here?
Yeah, Tony, I mean, I went back and looked at his previous start today against Texas, and I thought he pitched really well. I remember watching the game in real time and thinking, wow, okay, this is as good as I've seen Dylan Bundy in quite a while. But and kind of really analyzing it this morning, I was pretty impressed. And of course, Valdez has 21 consecutive quality starts, so it's hard to get in front of that. But I do expect Bundy to go in that 5th, 6th inning, which it might be pushing him a little bit longer tonight. He only went 5 against Texas. But I'm curious to see if he can build on that performance against the Rangers. And, honestly, Tony, I mean, we talk about offense. The Twins have averaged almost 5 runs a game for Dylan Bundy. So I like getting that plus 1.5, even if they're at that average. I think it's like 4.75, but around the 5 mark. If they can get 4 or 5, maybe even 6 runs, I really like them getting that extra 1.5 for insurance in that type of situation.
Yeah, and the Twins bullpen performed well here over the past 10, ERA 2.50. Twins run line plus 1.5 runs, minus 115 against the Houston Astros. This one will have a start time of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Dana, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Pim here for tonight's action. 8-game card here from Major League Baseball. Do have a WNBA playoff game as well, but boy, you've been hot in the preseason this year. 500 units of profit in the NFL preseason. We also remember preseason this year. We're not going to have 15 games on Thursday. They're spreading them out here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
We will definitely dive into the last week of the NFL preseason this weekend. I want to make sure that we kind of pick and choose during the preseason. It's not something where I feel like I have to be involved in every game, but it's very important. I reiterate this every time we start a brand new season, is to listen to these pregame press conferences, to listen to the postgame press conferences. You will get more information on NFL football at this time of year than you will at any other point in the season. And so we've picked and chosen, and we got the 5 wins, and hopefully we'll get a few more this weekend. But I'm excited about the upcoming NFL and college football season. Been doing a lot of work, staying up late. Every year we hope that it's going to be the best year ever. But record-wise, here locally in our local newspaper, we have the contest every year and various contests around town. I mean, that hard work definitely pays off, and I think we're going to definitely have a fantastic year in the NFL and college football on Pick Dogs this year.
That's right. Okay, get on board here with Dana Lane over at Pick Dogs. When you see the numbers in the NFL preseason, they've been impressive here. Also tonight on the board, Dana has his play here, a single play here from the White Sox Orioles. Calls it his whale winner. Credit guarantee must turn a profit, or your amount is credited back in side credits for what you paid for. Credit guarantee on the individual plays, 1 day passes, but again, the long-term passes aren't guaranteed because they're sold at a great discount. So get on board there with Dana Lane. He does have the individual play tonight. Or again, your best value here is your long-term passes. If you want to try Dana Lane out for 7 days, he does have that 7-day all sports pass. Get all of Dana's premium plays here for 7 days. That will include his Major League Baseball for 7 days, as well as college football. Week 0 is on Saturday. And of course, you don't want to miss this preseason football. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday action is in play here with the 7-day all sports pass. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. And of course, you can also use the promo code AUG15, AUG15 at checkout, and that will save 15% off that price at checkout. You'll be able to save $30 off that 7-day all sports pass right now when you use that promo code AUG15 and get on board with a 7-day all sports pass here with Dana Lane. Get those football picks, get the baseball for 7 days. You can access Dana's page by clicking the link in the description. Under the All Cappers tab, you'll find Dana and get signed up. All right, Dana, as always, great having your show. Give up that great work, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Tony, all the best to you. Thanks for having me, and let's win some money over the next 7 days.
Indeed. Let's win some money next 7 days. Dana Lane here on the drive, too. Let's continue with our coverage. Guys, if you miss any of our picks, we will do a complete recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Next up, we have Rod Zawacky and then Mitch, then my pick. So let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacky. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Been good to us here on the show. Rod, what's happening?
Hey, not too much. Enjoying this Wednesday. Nice hot day here again, so I'm not complaining. Those will be few and far between in the future coming up here, so I'm enjoying them while we can.
Enjoy the autumn. The autumn wind is upon us, about a month away here. So
yeah, pretty much. There's northern parts of Canada already got the big old S word already. So
oh no, no, we don't want to hear that. All right, so here we go.
No, we do not.
I'm sorry that the game you gave us earlier is probably haven't cashed it, but it's on the way to cashing, right? You gave us a nice winner, but you're gonna have to give us 2 winners today, Rod. You're gonna have to give us 2 winners, right? We got one today because he was a little early. Our show would have been great for the morning show, but wasn't gonna help the drive-through because it was an early start. But anyway, we got the Cubs here to host the Cardinals. We know the Cardinals here favored on the road -190. Total sits here at 8.5.
Yeah, we're looking at this one here, and you look at the Cardinals. We're going to look at this a different way. I'm going to take the total in this one. I like the over. I think we see a whole pile of runs. You look at the Cardinals, 6-4 to the over in their last 10. The Cubs, 5-4-1 to the over in their last 10 games. And Miles Mikolas gets the start for these Cardinals. And you look, his last 10 starts, he's got a 3 ERA. So that's pretty good. That's what we're looking for out of him. Give up 3-4 runs. And even out here, Mikolas 5-7 on the year with a 4.23 ERA, and as of late, his last 3 he hasn't been pitching so good. 6 ERA in his last 3, and on the other side, the Cubs are going to start. Luke Farrell is going to get the start, and this will be his first start of the season in major leagues. And he has some major league experience before. He's 5-5 with a 4.93 ERA. You look at his numbers in AAA this season. In 11 starts, he's 3-4 with a 4.4 ERA. Yikes! Why do I have a feeling he's going to get rocked? So I like the over in this one. I think we see a whole pile of runs. Cards 5-1 or 4-1 to the over their last 5 on the road versus a right-handed starter. They're 9-4 to the over their last 13 versus a team with a losing record. This looks like we just need the Cubs to pitch in a few, as I think the Cardinals beat up on Luke Farrell. I don't know how long he's going to pitch for, but I like the over in this one. I think the over, Cardinals, Cubs.
All right, Rod here on Cardinals, Cubs over 8.5. Looks like we're near 80 degrees in Chicago. Winds swirling left to right about 8 miles per hour. But yeah, as you said here, he's been put in a difficult spot here facing this Cardinal lineup, who's been pounded. Right-handed pitching here at batting average of 294 over their past 10 games. So they're hitting the ball pretty well right now. And of course, we saw what the Cardinals did in Arizona when they faced really pitchers that aren't really good. And we got Farrell, someone who's been demoted many times. You know, you're coming in after 63 career appearances in Major League Baseball, and you have an ERA in year 5, a WHIP of 1.46. 1.75 home runs per 9 innings. Oh my goodness, here comes the Cardinals bats.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, it's like, yikes. I can see the Cardinals putting them 8 in 1 inning. It's like, this could get really ugly. I love the over here, 8.5. I think we get to double digits easy.
Yeah, this is what teams out of it do, right? This is what they do. They bring in these guys, you scratch your head, you say, what the heck? Well, they're trying to get draft picks. I guess this is what the time.
Yeah, I guess.
That's right. This is how you tank in baseball, guys. When you're out of it, you bring up guys like this to get like clobbered. Yeah. All right, here we go. Cardinals, Cubs over a total of 8.5 runs. This one will have a start time here of 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Again, we put the college football numbers up because college football is in the air. We start with week 0 here on Saturday. Of course, Rod's showing great profit over the last 7 days. 8-game card here for Major League Baseball in the primetime hours, as well as the WNBA playoff tonight. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And for me over at Pick Dogs Premium, I got one play left. We had one go off, and it lost. So other than that wasn't so good. But our numbers have been way better than what you got up there the last 7 days. I don't know what numbers you got.
I don't know where that came from.
Anyway, I don't know where you got that one from. No idea. We've been doing way hotter than that the last 7 days.
Yep.
And the last month, we've been roasted. We've been the hottest capper on the site the last 30 days. So we've been ripping it up in MLB and the preseason NFL. So jump on board. I got one play left. If you want the other play, you got to jump on a long-term package. And those have been rolling along. I'll jump on something 3 days, 7 days, 30 days. As you can see, numbers don't lie. We've been ripping it up. Making money, pounding the books. My last plays here, 8-2 the last 10 here on the drive-through. So let's keep that going here with this over tonight. So jump aboard. Let's make some money. That's what I've been doing.
I'm going to blame the cash, maybe C-A-C-H-E. Yeah, here we go. Let's get these numbers right. Yeah, 1,077 units of profit last 30 days. So Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium has been on fire, actually, there. You see the numbers here in college football, but, man, showing profit the last 7 days, coming off a big day yesterday. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. He does have his Diamond Crusher for Major League Baseball up right now. Also up right now, and he's up front here with this one. College football week 0 game of the week. He's isolated a best bet here from Major League Baseball. His best bet on the board here. He's put it up really early. So get on board. $30 credit guarantee means it must win, or the amount you purchased for it will be credited back in your account for site credit. So that's what credit guarantee means. You'll see that on these individual plays, on these one-day passes. You won't see it on the long-term passes because they're sold already at a discount. So you can get on board with Rod's 3, 7, or 30-hour sports pass. Here we are in week 0 college football, final week of the preseason. Why not get on board with the 7-day pass? Because when you get a 7-day pass, you'll be covered here for week 0 of college football on Saturday. Remember, NFL, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They close out the preseason on those 4 days with action each and every day between Thursday through Sunday. Also, baseball for 30 days with Rod Zawacky. Get on board. If he's in action with WNBA, he likes to look at WNBA. He likes to look at CFL. No, not forcing anything, but is he something? You got to check your members there. He will pound it. So keep an eye there with Rod Zawacky as he does look at these peripheral sports as well. But anyway, that 7-day sports pass will get you all of Rod's plays for that period of time. You select when you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase. The numbers are there. You can verify them in pick history there on his page. So get on board. And don't forget that promo code AUG15, AUG15, and you'll save 15% off his purchase. All right, Rod, it's always great having your show. Keep up that great work. We'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. And quick little bonus play. I like Rabbi Telez to crush a home run. We did that last time. Aaron Judge got us a nice home run winner. So little bonus for you. Take Rabbi Telez to crush a home run tonight for the Brewers. Love that guy. I think he crunched one today against the Dodgers.
All right, he's got my namesake there hitting the home run. All right, Roddy. That's right. Bonus play out here from Rod Zawacky. All right,
Roddy.
Let's do it. Let's get it. All right. He was once a Blue Jay, now a Brewer. So now he's there with the Brewers.
He was,
yes.
and he loves crunching the home run. So I like him to hit a home run. Nice plus 550 on that number is what I'm seeing. So let's get that one too.
Some good numbers.
Thanks for having me, and we'll see everybody again on Friday.
See everyone Friday. Rod Zawacky here on the drive. Let's continue our coverage. Guys, if you miss any of our picks, we'll do a recap here at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. Let's bring on Mitch to find him at Pick Dogs. Does the morning every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, the 7 picks in 5 minutes. Mitch, what's happening? We got you. I think you're on mute, Mitch. You're on mute.
Just taking in some of the games and watching the drive-through. watching our cappers and listening to what they have to say. I don't get a chance to watch the show every day, and I don't get a chance to talk to all the cappers every day. Talk to everybody probably once a week at least, but I don't get a chance to talk to everyone, all the time. And it's just interesting to hear what people are saying, what they're doing, what they're thinking. And it's nice that, it's refreshing that we just don't have the same old retreads here patting each other on the back, that everyone's kind of, being accountable for what they're doing. And you see a guy like James Clark, he's never been on any of these other sites, and, he wouldn't be on any of these other sites. And, I'll put him up against anybody. I'll put him up against, these guys that they are slapping each other on the ass every day on Twitter.
Yeah, and then you got.
Because I'll tell you what, he is accountable, and cold-blooded, man.
Yeah, it's just cold.
He is a bookie. He doesn't need for other people on our site to call him a bookie killer or whatever. I mean, look at the numbers. We don't use $1,000 a unit like a lot of these other sites do. We use $100 a unit. So it's like when you see these numbers, these are at $100. Everyone else has to go 10 times the amount just to keep up with what guys like James Clark and the way Rod's had his last month, and just in general. A lot of these other sites, and you guys, you don't know this because you don't see this part, but a lot of these cappers on other sites are paid regardless of if you win or lose. It's like at our site, you got to win. The capper has to win. And that's a big difference. Than you see some guy, who's touted as the world's best, lose 12 in a row over at one of the other sites, the last couple of days, and it's like, I know he's getting paid basically a salary. And while you're getting your ass kicked, it's like our guys gotta, if you don't win, they don't win, and it's just the way that it is. And, with the credit guarantee, I mean, it goes bad at the site. I have to pay for all the expenses for everything out of my pocket, and I've done it. So, I'm proud of what we're doing here, and I like the way that we're doing it.
Yeah, doing great work. Of course, James won one of the contests. Some of the newer cappers we brought in have performed well. We look at guys like James, Jovan, and then Jay. Jay's been really impressive here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have Jay Briggs on board. He's new. He's exciting. He's got a lot of energy, and he's a hell of a handicapper. So I'm excited, on all those fronts. I think he's joining us just at the perfect time for NFL, and we're going to have him doing some NFL kind of. We have an NFL show that we're going to be doing in the afternoons with Jay, with Al McMorty, which I think is nice. An interesting mix. It's kind of like the dodgeball, combination. The combination of broadcasters from dodgeball. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I don't know if other people are going to be with them, but I know that we'll have. I know that other people will be on it from time to time, but they're going to be our two core guys on that show. And
nice.
I think people want to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out. It'll be interesting. All right, Mitchell, we'll go tonight here, top of the hour. This game about 9 minutes from start time. Phillies here to host the Reds. Phillies favorites here 250, total 9.5.
This is a garbage game. The Phillies are the worst, and them and the Padres are both on the inside looking out at the National League wild card. Neither of these teams are going absolutely anywhere in the National League playoffs. They can make it, but neither of them are going anywhere. I don't even know if they're going to make it or not. But the thing is that the Phillies minus 250 in a bullpen game against anybody is horrible value. But even more so, you look at the Cincinnati Reds here, and this TJ Zoich, however you want to pronounce it, he stinks, man. We're seeing, we're at that time in the season where we're starting to see a lot of teams look at players to see if they're a viable product for next year. And, so we saw last night we had to sit through. I had the Diamondbacks, thankfully, in that game, but we had to sit through Luke Weaver pitch Major League Baseball innings in relief, for the Kansas City Royals. That's not fair. We have Lucas Farrell going today in Chicago, like Rod was talking about. That's not fun to watch unless, I guess, if you really like offense, if you're a fantasy player or something. But, here we have the Phillies bullpen, which is hideous, up against TJ Zoich, and we're just going to see a ton of runs in this thing. I mean, this thing's going to go over in the first 5 innings. I do not see how this thing stays under the total. I don't see how the YRFI doesn't happen here. And I think it makes the first 5 innings over also safe here, because I do believe there's just going to be an explosion of runs right out of the gate. This is just bad baseball. And the Phillies, I mean, are they playing against a worse team here? I don't know, man. This is like, they're lucky they're the last team up. Because like last night, last team up in this game 1. And it might just be the same here. This is just a lousy game.
Yeah, it just looks that way, Mitch, here on the Phillies here. Many ways here. This is many ways here. We're going Phillies over 9.5 for the game, over 5 the first 5. Yes, runs first inning, minus 135. Yep, I mean, again, Zooch has just been not pretty good numbers. And also the weather works in your favor here, Mitch. We're looking at 84 degrees, hot weather right now in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I mean, TJ Zooch on the season, 8 innings, 17 hits, 12 earned. This is his stat line, 13.5 ERA, and you say, well, he just hasn't pitched that much, so maybe it's an aberration. I mean, 4 home runs in 8 innings, is what is going to do that. But then you look back at last year with the Blue Jays, totally different stadium, not in Cincinnati, 6.60 ERA, 15 innings, 21 hits, 16 runs, 11 earned runs, 9 walks in 15 innings. And 6 dingers in 15 innings. So this guy, you take the body of work of his last 2 seasons, and he doesn't have a 13.5 combined, but what has he got, an 8 or 9? This guy stinks, and he's going to be getting hit very hard. And then you get into that Phillies bullpen, and you have the Phillies with the lead, and they basically, no one takes their foot off the gas. No one gets lazier than the Phillies. So I expect to see just some real garbage out there. Plenty of errors too. If there's a prop bet out there, I know Rod likes to throw in a prop. If there's a prop on a wild pitch for Farrell for the Cubs, I like that.
There you go, Mitch here. I don't know, wild pitch of Farrell. We've got Phillies-Reds over 9.5 full game, over 5 the first 5. Yes, runs first inning, minus 135. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Mitch, I want you to let everybody know what's happening on over at Pick Dogs as we're hitting a college football week here, week 0 on Saturday.
All of our cappers seem to be really hitting a lot of, at a really nice pace. Not everybody winning every game. It's not what we do. We don't have, we don't give out parlays, and we don't sit here and pound our chest. We don't tell you what percentage of your bankroll you're going to bet of your money on a game or anything like that. That's up to you, and you're going to bet what you can afford. And, we have plenty for free for people that can't afford to buy picks. And, Chris and I have ramped up the morning show, so take a listen if you haven't listened to it recently, where we really go in depth on every single game on the board. But as far as my premium goes, it's a little late in the season for me. I had a horrible baseball season, but I'm seeing the board well now, so better late than never. And I had only had 3 plays today. I still have 1 out there. I had the Rangers was my $15 big play today. 9 runs by the second inning, that Simeon by the third inning, Simeon had already been up 3 times in that game. It was crazy. Marcus Simeon was up 3 times in the first 2 innings in that game in Colorado, Texas. You just don't see that often. Then I had that, and then I had the Guardians against the Padres. I will continue to fade the Padres every single day throughout the rest of the season, and like I did last season. And then I have 1 play left tonight on the board. So I've hit my last 2 $15 big plays, and today's is gone. I'll have another one tomorrow, but I have 1 play left out there. It's my Grand Slam, I think I called it, or something like that.
Grand Slam there for Mitch. All right, guys, check out that Pick Dogs from Get on Board with Mitch. We're up against it here, Mitch. I'm just going to keep you here on the recap because we're getting near the top of the hour. We do have some picks here for the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and put up the show picks here for today. Mitch will join me on the recap. Chris got us started here with Royals, Dbacks, no runs first inning, minus 130. We had Al with Orioles, minus 105 against the White Sox. Rod Zawacky, Cardinals, Cubs, over 8.5. James Clark, Blue Jays, the run line, minus 1.5 runs. Plus 100 here against the Red Sox. Dana, Twins, run line, plus 1.5 runs. Minus 115 against Houston Astros. Mitch likes Phillies-Reds, over 9.5. Over 5 first 5. Yes, runs first innings, minus 135. I will explain this pick a little later here, but the Dodgers Brewers under 4.5 first 5 innings. All right, Mitch, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I don't love a lot of these, but I'll go with that Cardinals Cubs over. To be honest with you, on a lot of these picks here, I like the other side. I think it's that kind of day. Like I said on the morning show today, I've got the Nationals too. I've got a bet in on them. I didn't give it out as a premium, but I have a bet on them. And up until the bottom of the 8th, they were right there. It was 1-1, but now they've scored 2 in the top of the 9th. to make it 3-1. So I even said, and I bet this personally, and I'll tell you guys what the ticket plays paid because we are past the thing. But I did say this on the morning show. I said, if you're going to take the Nationals with me here, you want to take the reverse run line because if they're going to win, they're going to win. And let me see exactly what it paid because I put $200 on it. So I'll tell you what my ticket is sitting at. It hasn't paid yet, of course. And, we're not going to cash. The books aren't going to cash my tickets on a Washington Nationals game, before it's over. But so $200 on the Washington Nationals paid -1.5. $200 paid $780. It was plus 390 at -1.5.
Right now you're
on the ball.
Pretty.
Sanchez,
yeah.
And I gave
back to back.
I gave that out on the morning show this morning with Chris. We have a new format for our morning show. We go over every single game. It takes us a lot longer than our other shows, but so be it. Hour 15 minutes. We went through the whole card and went game by game. Obviously some games we have premium picks, so we don't give the premium pick on the game, but we give plenty of information about the game and a pick on the total or whatever. And, or NRFIs, YRFIs, totals, home run props. We're really totals, digging deep on those.
Yep.
I'm excited about it.
That's the audience. That's what's lacking out there in the marketplace. There's just a lot of broad brush. You listen to the radios, Mitch. It's hard for me to listen to these radio shows on satellite radio or even on TV because it just doesn't seem to be a lot of research going into a lot of these picks. Just a lot of I feel just basically going over past results these teams played 2 years ago, or giving out numbers that they've gone under in 6 of their 6 of their past 7 meetings, but it could span over eight years.
Because they don't have the TV setup that I have. They're not watching the games like I do, so they don't even know. Like this morning, when Chris and I were talking about it, and I talked about how Luke Weaver was still with the varsity, and then figured we would go back over Luke Weaver again when we went over the White Sox game to talk about that Tony La Russa was responsible for that trade, that Luke Weaver for Paul Goldschmidt gem that should go down as one of the worst trades in the history of baseball. I believe it is.
Yeah.
It paid dividend. Wasn't he the general manager of the Diamondbacks when that trade went off? Because it was with the Cardinals, and these were his guys. Like with the Cardinals, you got the two guys, Kelly, who does start, and he is there. But basically, Weaver is now on the Royals, so he paid dividends last night because they scored a bunch of runs off of him. And a lot of it was walks and wild pitches. But the thing is that basically now you're at Kelly for Goldschmidt. I'll take Goldschmidt in that. If so, I don't understand why Tony La Russa, why it's just not mentioned, too often that, he's responsible for a horrific trade there. I mean, horrific. So these are the type of things that we talk about on the morning show, and it's you guys know I watch all the games, so I take in a lot of this stuff. I also am familiar with a lot of these players because, like Tony, we know these players like racehorses. It's like we bet on their father, we bet on their grandfather. It's like we know. It's like that's where we are with things. It's like, oh yeah, it's like Pickens on the Steelers, the guy George Pickens. I'm like, oh yeah, I used to bet on his father on the Bengals, and at Tennessee before that, right? It was like,
oh yeah, Guerrero.
We know where their
Guerrero.
father went to college. It's like.
No, and Black Guerrero is not related to Pedro Guerrero because if they were, there would have been 3 bloodlines there. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm enjoying the new format, and it's like, our audience called me out on it, and I think, I listened to them, and, I can give out plenty of information, even though I've already done videos and we've covered it already. And it's like, if I'm going to do the show, we're going to do the show. And I think, our audience has already responded in the last 2 days, and I think people are going to like it. Obviously, we're going to be pressed up a little against it with college basketball, with college football and all these other things, but, we'll figure it out. We might have to spread it a little bit, but at the same time, I believe we can still cover a lot of it.
Yeah.
Just, the answer is a longer show.
Right.
We don't do a ton of live shows anymore. So it's like, to cover a bunch in one of them is not a big deal.
Absolutely. All right, Mitch, as always, great having you on, Mitch. Keep it up, and we'll talk with you again next week.
All right, we got to see a Farrell. We got to watch this
yes.
one. I got the popcorn ready.
Yep, I want to take a trip to Farrell's, get a nice little boat. Those what are those, banana sundaes?
Oh yeah, the zoo. Don't they have the zoo?
The zoo, right, Farrell's.
The zoo.
That's right.
All right, Tony, I'll see you. Thank you.
You got it. Mitch here on the drive. The guys, we got to the recap. I gave you my pick. Now I'm going to tell you why I like it. And it's a later game. Actually, no, it really starts at 6 to 9 Eastern time. They moved the start time up. It's kind of a Brewers getaway day here. We're looking Brewers, the Dodgers, under 4.5 here. The first 5 innings. Heaney is on the mound. And boy, the Dodgers can really, what do they do to these guys? They make them better, right? Heaney, he always had a really good strikeout rate, but just it was between the years, right? He wasn't probably getting the best coaching. He was an Angel. And Madden told you all what you need to know about the Angels, right? And then Artie says, "Yep, you're right. I better sell this team." So that's what's going on with the Angels. But anyway, Heaney with the Dodgers, 8 starts, ERA 1.77, WHIP of 1.04. His strikeout rate's always been good, but now it's elite status at 34%. They taught him this new pitch, something between a curveball, a slurve type of pitch out there that he learned, and he's having great success with. He's getting the ground balls, limits the home runs. We got a left-hander up there on the mound here for the Brewers in Hauser. And Ashby was waiting in the wings in case Hauser couldn't make the start, but it looks like he will be getting the start tonight here for the Brewers coming off that off the injured list. So it looks like Hauser has been confirmed. And of course, we got Heaney here on the mound. He's pitched well, but really, it's really a play against a lot of the bats right now. When you look at the Brewers, let's look at the past 10 games. Brewers hitting just 159 here against the left-handers. The Dodgers 196 against lefties. Remember they had trouble in that first game against Lauer, the left-hander. So we're going to go here under 4.5. If you went under for the full game, wouldn't bother me either. But we'll go for the show here. Brewers, Dodgers under 4.5 first 5 innings. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium. My 3-pack was long over. I had the Guardians tied to a 3-pack, but I do have my $15 premium pick up there right now. I am the number 2 unit producer over at Pick Dogs in Major League Baseball, so get on board there. I also have the long-term passes. You get on board with my 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. You get all my premium plays for that time period. You select when you go over to my handicapper page and you make that purchase. Don't forget that promo code OG15 at checkout, and that will save you 15% off. And of course, the 2-for-1 cap promotion is also another value to you as well. We did show you the recap in case you missed the recap. So some of the games started, well, we got them to here a little earlier, but you can still get in action here with this Royals Dbacks game, Cards Cubs game. You can get in action with Twins as well. Dodgers Brewers, of course, you can also get in action here with some of the in-game action as well. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. They'll give out live free picks for the games in prime time. And don't forget, it always gets started every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's the morning show. They go through the entire card, Major League Baseball, and more. So tune in to Chris and with Mitch. And of course, the video series out there. We've got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We got the parlay videos here from Javon. Major League Baseball rundown, Ron Romanelli. Give it a look. It gets tons of views, nearly 15,000 views a day. Be one of those viewers. You'll see why it does so good. He gives a pick on every game on the board. And of course, we want to remind you, not this weekend because there's no UFC card, but of course keep an eye on for Mills and Brad Francis with their MMA shows on Saturdays when there's UFC cards. And there is not one this week, so we'll be back a week from Saturday with the UFC. All right, that'll do it here for our show. Let's bring in our crew tonight. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow live at 6